Hey everybody, welcome back to the Inner Revolution podcast. I'm your host, Enoch Fossum, a marriage and family therapist intern who's specializing in addiction. And today we're going to be talking about the fourth pivot in acceptance and commitment therapy on this whole ACT journey, this ACT series that we've been doing. So welcome in. So far, we've talked about diffusion, acceptance, and self as context. And today we're talking about something deceptively simple. Okay, listen, deceptively simple, dude. But it's incredibly powerful, and that's contacting the present moment, or in other words, grounding yourself. This pivot might sound like mindfulness or meditation, and in some ways it is, but in ACT, it's not about zoning out or relaxing or just clearing your mind. It's about showing up for your life right here, right now, instead of just getting stuck in your head, replaying the past or predicting the future, right? You've never done that. No, pish posh. So let me ask you something. How often do you actually notice where you are? Think about it. You might be driving, but your mind's already at work. You might be with your kids, but your mind's running through a to-do list. Or maybe you're lying in bed at night instead of resting. Your time traveling, you're replaying the worst, well, you could be playing the worst conversations you've heard or imagining worst case scenarios. We spend so much time living up here that we forget to live out here in the real world, in the here and the now, in the present moment. So in ACT, contacting the present moment means anchoring yourself to what's actually happening right now, both inside and outside of you, without judgment, without trying to change it. It's being able to notice your thoughts, your sensations, and the world around you, saying, okay, this is where I am, and this is what's happening. Because here's the thing, you can't make a valued choice in a moment you're not in, right? You can't parent intentionally or connect deeply or respond effectively if you're just lost up here, if you're lost in your mind's noise. Let's make this practical for a second. Imagine you're in an argument with your partner, your body's tense, your chest feels tight, and your thoughts are spinning. They never listen, I always mess up, here we go again. Contacting the present moment means slowing that mental storm down and gently noticing what's real right now. Maybe you take a breath and you feel your feet on the floor. Maybe you notice the sound of your partner's voice, not what you think they mean, but what they're actually saying. You actually take the time to listen. Believe it or not, it's kind of groundbreaking. Now, this is grounding. It doesn't fix the argument, right? But it shifts your relationship to it. You go from reacting automatically to responding intentionally. One of my favorite metaphors comes from Russ Harris, who says, mindfulness is not about getting rid of thoughts or feelings. It's about stepping out of your mind and connecting with life. It's kind of like this. Imagine you're in a raging river, right? Here we go again, the other river analogy. The current is your thoughts pulling you downstream, and contacting the present moment is you reaching for the riverbank, anchoring yourself to something stable, which could be something like your breath, your senses, your body, so you're not just swept away. The river keeps flowing, but you don't have to drown in it. The river can keep going, but you can be safe and you can be secure. All right, here's something you can try. You ready? I often, here's something I often give to my clients that I've been working with recently. When you feel overwhelmed, just stop for 30 seconds and do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. You've got 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear. What do I do with my fingers? 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. That could be offensive in some countries, I'm sorry. 1 thing you can taste. All right, that was the pinky finger there. So listen, it sounds really simple, but what it does is it pulls you out of your head and back into your life. It reminds your nervous system that you're here, you're safe, you have control over what you choose to focus on. In therapy, we teach clients to contact the present moment. We're helping them build awareness with flexibility, right? The whole point of acceptance and commitment therapy. It's not about perfection. It's about presence. It's not about being calm. It's about being connected. Because the truth is, life doesn't happen in the past and it doesn't happen in the future. It happens here. It happens right now. And when we can learn to show up fully for the joy, the pain, the uncertainty, the beauty, we start to live more meaningfully even when things are hard. So maybe today, take one moment while you're driving, walking, or sitting and just notice. What do you feel? What do you hear? What's happening in your body? That's you contacting the present moment. Bada bing, bada boom. You did it. Easy. That's you practicing ACT in real life. So you guys, thanks for listening. Short episode today. And if you found this helpful, consider sharing with someone who might need a little reminder to slow down and be here in the present, right? Not up here in their head. So until next week, keep grounding, keep growing, keep showing up for the moment in your life, because that's here. That's now. It's not then. It's not when. It's here. So I'll see you guys next week.